A descent into darkness, unpacking the moral labyrinth of prisoners. Imagine a day meant for gratitude, for family, for warmth against the biting November chill. Thanksgiving. Now imagine the familiar sounds of children playing outside suddenly falling silent, an empty street, a growing dread that coils in the pit of your stomach. This is the precipice from which we plunge into one of the most harrowing and morally complex thrillers of the 21st century, Prisoners. Released in the year 2013, this American crime thriller, directed by the visionary Denis Villeneuve, may not always headline the top of IMDb's charts, but its chilling grip on audiences ensures it remains a fixture, a dark gem nestled within the top 200 to 5,000 films. It lingers there because it does more than entertain. It burrows under your skin and asks questions that have no easy answers. Today, we will descend into this labyrinth of a film, navigating its twisted plot, dissecting its fractured characters, and uncovering at least 5 fascinating facts that illuminate the genius behind its construction. Whether you are a seasoned veteran of this oppressive atmosphere or are hearing its name for the first time, prepare for a comprehensive exploration of what makes Prisoners an unforgettable cinematic ordeal. Before we follow the first footprint in the snow, let us understand the architects of this bleak world. The director is Denis Villeneuve, a name that has since become synonymous with cinematic excellence through masterpieces like Arrival, Blade Runner 2049, and Dune. The haunting screenplay was penned by Aaron Guzikowski, and it attracted a powerhouse cast, including Hugh Jackman, Jake Gyllenhaal, Viola Davis, Maria Bello, Terrence Howard, and Paul Dano, each delivering a performance that feels less like acting and more like a raw, exposed nerve. The film's stage is a quiet, rain-soaked suburb in Pennsylvania. The world here is rendered in shades of gray, a perpetual twilight captured by the legendary cinematographer Roger Deakins. Leafless trees claw at the overcast sky, and the cold seems to seep through the screen. By setting the story during Thanksgiving, a time of togetherness, Villeneuve creates a cruel irony, amplifying the chilling horror of a family torn apart. This oppressive, tense environment isn't just a backdrop, it's a character in itself, a physical manifestation of the character's internal despair. The film was a resounding success, earning widespread critical acclaim and an Academy Award nomination for Best Cinematography. It also performed exceptionally at the box office, grossing over $122 million worldwide against its $46 million budget, proving that audiences were ready for a thriller that challenged them both intellectually and emotionally. So, what is the story that has captivated and disturbed so many? At its heart are 2 families, the Dovers and the Birches, bound by friendship and neighborhood camaraderie. Keller Dover, portrayed with ferocious intensity by Hugh Jackman, is a carpenter, a survivalist, a man of deep faith who believes in being prepared for the worst. His friend, Franklin Birch, played by Terrence Howard, is a gentler soul. Their families are celebrating Thanksgiving together when the unthinkable happens. Their 2 young daughters, Anna Dover and Joy Birch, vanish without a trace while playing outside. The only clue is a decrepit RV that was seen parked on their street earlier that day. The official investigation is helmed by Detective Loki, a brilliant but haunted officer, played by Jake Gyllenhaal. Loki quickly tracks down the RV and its driver, a socially inept young man with the intellect of a child named Alex Jones. But after a grueling interrogation yields nothing, Alex is released due to a lack of concrete evidence. For Keller Dover, this is not justice. It is a failure. Consumed by a father's primal fear and convinced of Alex's guilt, he makes a fateful decision. He kidnaps Alex, imprisoning him in an abandoned building his family owns, determined to torture a confession out of him. This is where the film fractures into 2 parallel narratives. We follow Keller on his dark descent into vigilantism, a journey that forces us to question the very nature of right and wrong. His methods are brutal, his resolve terrifying, and we are left to wonder if his actions are born of love or of a monstrous rage. Simultaneously, we follow Detective Loki as he navigates the official investigation, a methodical and relentless search for truth. He uncovers a web of past child abductions, whispers of a mysterious figure, and a recurring unsettling symbol, a maze. As the days turn into a week, the pressure mounts, and both men are pushed to their absolute limits. The film's climax is a masterclass in tension, an emotional collision where the horrifying truth is finally unearthed, leaving the audience breathless and grappling with profound questions about morality, vengeance, and the price of redemption long after the screen goes black. A film this emotionally devastating lives or dies on the strength of its characters, and Prisoners is a showcase of profound, nuanced performances. Let's look closer at the souls trapped in this nightmare. Hugh Jackman's Keller Dover is the film's raging heart. He is a man whose prayer, "Our Father who art in heaven," becomes a desperate mantra, a justification for the hell he is willing to create on earth. Jackman strips away all heroic pretense, delivering a raw, visceral performance of a good man consumed by an all-powerful need to protect his child, blurring the line between hero and monster until it is all but erased. His pain is palpable, his anger terrifying, and his journey is a chilling exploration of how far one might go when pushed past the edge. Acting as his counterweight is Jake Gyllenhaal's Detective Loki. He is the film's moral compass, albeit a fractured one. Loki is a man who carries his past on his skin, with tattooed knuckles and a nervous, blinking tic that betrays the immense pressure he is under. He is meticulous, intelligent, and deeply empathetic, driven by an obsessive need to solve the puzzle and bring the girls home. Gyllenhaal's portrayal is a study in subtlety. He conveys a world of inner turmoil through the slightest gestures, making Loki one of the most compelling cinematic detectives in recent memory. Then there is Paul Dano as Alex Jones, the primary suspect. Dano's performance is hauntingly ambiguous. With a childlike demeanor and an inability to make eye contact, Alex is a figure of both pity and immense suspicion. Is he an innocent victim caught in Keller's web of fury? Or is he a monster hiding behind a veil of disability? Dano keeps the audience guessing, his quiet presence creating an unnerving tension that permeates every scene he is in. The supporting cast portrays a spectrum of grief and moral conflict. Maria Bello, as Keller's wife Grace, crumbles under the weight of her sorrow, retreating into a catatonic state. Viola Davis and Terrence Howard, as Nancy and Franklin Birch, are caught in the crossfire of Keller's crusade, torn between their own desperation and their moral objections to his methods. And then there is Melissa Leo as Holly Jones, Alex's seemingly protective aunt. Initially a background figure, her role slowly unfolds to reveal a chilling centrality to the entire mystery, her calm demeanor masking a darkness more profound than anyone could imagine. Prisoners is far more than a simple kidnapping procedural. It is a profound meditation on the heaviest of themes. It is a film that dares to ask impossible questions. Where does justice end and revenge begin? At what point does a righteous quest curdle into unforgivable sin? Can faith survive in the face of absolute evil? One of the most powerful recurring symbols is the maze. It appears as a child's drawing, a pendant, and a tattoo. The maze is a metaphor for the characters' psychological states. They are all lost, searching for a way out of their own personal prisons of grief, guilt, and obsession. It represents the intricate web of secrets and lies that has poisoned this community from within, a puzzle with no clear solution. Religious faith is another central pillar. Keller Dover's identity is deeply tied to his Christianity. Yet the horrific events of the film push his faith to the breaking point. The film masterfully uses religious language and imagery not to provide comfort, but to question it, exploring themes of sin, sacrifice, and the agonizing search for divine meaning in a world filled with random, senseless suffering. Ultimately, Prisoners is a story about the corrosion of the soul, challenging us to look at characters who commit monstrous acts and still, somehow, find a sliver of their humanity to empathize with. Now, let's pull back the curtain and uncover some of the fascinating details that went into crafting this modern masterpiece. Interesting fact number 1. This film, as we know it, almost never came to be. For years, the script for Prisoners was one of the most acclaimed unproduced screenplays in Hollywood. At various points, directors like Antoine Fuqua and Bryan Singer were attached to the project, and actors like Leonardo DiCaprio and Mark Wahlberg were considered for the lead roles. It was only after a long and arduous development process that Denis Villeneuve, then an emerging talent fresh off his Oscar-nominated film Incendies, was brought on board, a decision that proved to be the pivotal final piece of the puzzle. Interesting fact number 2. The film's oppressive, beautiful look is the work of a living legend. Cinematographer Roger Deakins is an undisputed master of his craft, and his work on Prisoners is often cited as a masterclass in visual storytelling. Deakins' deliberate use of natural, muted light, long, patient takes, and meticulously composed frames does more than just capture the action. It generates the film's unbearable suspense. His artistry earned him his 11th Academy Award nomination, a testament to his incredible ability to paint with shadow and light. Interesting fact number 3. The character of Detective Loki was significantly shaped by the actor who played him. Jake Gyllenhaal was instrumental in developing Loki's backstory and defining physical traits. The nervous eye blank, the Masonic ring, and the tattoos were all Gyllenhaal's ideas. He envisioned Loki as someone who had likely spent time in a juvenile detention center or a boys' home, a man whose own troubled past fueled his relentless drive to protect the innocent. These details, absent from the original script, add incredible depth and history to his character. Interesting fact number 4. The film's title has a profound, multi-layered meaning. On the surface, the missing girls are the literal prisoners. But as the story unfolds, we realize that everyone is a prisoner of something. Keller is a prisoner of his rage and grief. His wife Grace is a prisoner of her depression. Detective Loki is a prisoner of his obsession. Even the film's antagonist is revealed to be a prisoner of their own past trauma, enacting a twisted crusade born from their own suffering. The title speaks to the cages, both physical and psychological, that confine every character. Interesting fact number 5. The authenticity of the film's most brutal scenes came at a significant physical and emotional cost to the actors. Paul Dano, who played Alex Jones, spent days filming the harrowing torture sequences. He was subjected to hours inside a small, wet, and claustrophobic space, enduring simulated abuse that was intensely demanding. Dano's and Jackman's commitment to the raw reality of these scenes is a major reason why they are so difficult and so powerful to watch. And for a bonus fact, the original script concluded on an even bleaker, more definitive note. However, during filming, the filmmakers decided to end on a moment of profound ambiguity. This decision to leave the final outcome slightly open-ended has fueled years of debate and analysis among fans, transforming Prisoners from a film you simply watch into a puzzle you continue to solve long after the credits have rolled. Upon its release, Prisoners was met with a chorus of praise. Critics lauded its unbearable tension, its intelligent and intricate plot, and the towering performances from its entire cast, with special acclaim reserved for Hugh Jackman and Jake Gyllenhaal. It holds exceptional ratings on sites like Rotten Tomatoes and IMDb, a clear sign of its lasting resonance with audiences who appreciate a thriller that respects their intelligence. Often mentioned in the same breath as modern classics like Seven and Zodiac, the film cemented Denis Villeneuve's status as one of the most compelling directors of his generation and has left an indelible mark on the crime thriller genre. As we conclude our journey into the heart of Prisoners, it's clear this is no ordinary thriller. It is a slow-burn inferno that examines the darkest corners of the human heart. Through its masterful direction, soul-shaking performances, and thematic depth, the film forces us to confront uncomfortable truths about ourselves and the world we live in. It's a film whose chilling atmosphere and moral questions will haunt you for days, a testament to its undeniable power. And now, we turn the conversation over to you. Of all the fractured souls and fascinating details we've discussed, which one resonated with you the most? Was it Keller Dover's terrifying and tragic descent? Detective Loki's quiet, relentless pursuit of justice? Or was it one of the behind-the-scenes facts that gave you a new appreciation for the film's artistry? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Let us know what character or fact stood out to you and why. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive. If you enjoyed this exploration, please subscribe for more journeys into the world of cinema. Until next time, keep watching, keep thinking, and keep the conversation alive.